Hey everybody, it's Miss A and I'm here with another YouTube video. I'm doing a reminder video, a refresh video on division. We had division that was part of our economics lesson and I wanted to do a little refresher video on division. So let me go ahead and turn this way for a moment. We're working on division. All right, so in division, we have a couple of different strategies we can do. There is long division. So let me work with, and I'm going to work with money just so it will help along with the economics video. Let's say we have $22.43, and that is divided by 3. When we have long division, we look starting with the number closest to the house, so that is our greatest value, which would be the 20. We start that way and we work our way towards the right. So we think to ourselves, how many times does 3 go into 2? And you can write out your 3's tables. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 1 is 3. And you only have to do this if you don't know your multiplication tables. If you know them in your head, then you're good to go. I do this just so people understand how I figured out my multiplication. And you obviously use, not 3 times 12, that's 3 times 4 equals 12. 3 times 5 equals 15. 3 times 6 equals 18. 3 times 7 is 21. 3 times 8 is 24. And 3 times 9 is 27. All right, so now I look here. You see how I cover this up, and I think, how many times does 3 go into 2? Now I look here at my multiples. This is the answer, and I look to see which one gets me closest to 2 without going over. So I have 0, which is close to 2, and I have 3 that's close to 2, but 0 is without going over. So that is 3 times 0, because it's 3 times what? You put that there. Now I multiply. 3 times 0 equals 0, and I subtract that. We do division, multiplication, subtraction, bring down. Dad, mother, sister, brother. This is my order, and I repeat doing that for each place value. 2 minus 0 is 2. So I did my subtraction. Now I bring down just my next digit. So now I'm looking here. What times 3 gets me closest to 22 without going over? So I look at my multiples, 0, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. So it'll be 3 times 7. And that's 21, subtract, and that's 1. Now when there's money or decimals in division, you just bring your decimal place up. So that's going to go right there. And now I bring down my next digit. What times 3 gets me closest to 14 without going over? So I look here at my multiples. 3 times 4 gets me closest to 14 without going over, and that equals 12. 4 times 3 is 12. Subtract, which is 2, and bring down. So now, what times 3 gets me closest to 23 without going over? That's 7 again. So that's 7. That's 21. Subtract, and that leaves me with a remainder. Now, in division, when you have a remainder and it's money, you can't have more than 2 decimal places. There's only 2 decimal places, your tenths and your hundredths and money. So what you do, if there is a remainder, to account for that remainder, you increase your hundredths by 1 place. So $22.43 divided by 3 is equal to $7.48. I take it and raise it 1 cent to account for my remainder. This is using standard division. Now let me talk about partial repeat. We can do repeated subtraction. So let me do 128 divided by 9. With repeated subtraction, what I do is I repeatedly subtract. Let me label this. This one's going to be long division or standard division. And this is going to be repeated subtraction. With this, I repeatedly subtract 9 until I get as close to 0 without obviously going into my negative numbers. So if I subtract 9 from 128, that's 119. Subtract 9, 110. Subtract 9, 101. Subtract 9, that's 11. That's 9. That's 9. Oh, that's 0, excuse me. That's 2. That's 92. Minus 9, 83. Minus 9, 74. Move this up a little bit here. Minus 9, 65. Let me bring it up on over here. 65 minus 9, 56 minus 9, 47 minus 9, 38 minus 9, 29 minus 9, 20 minus 9, 11 minus 9, 2. So 2 is my remainder. So R2, and then I count how many times I use 9, and I'm going to cross it out just so I don't make a mistake and count a number twice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. So my answer is, my quotient is 14, remainder 2. That's my answer for this problem using repeated subtraction. Now I'm going to show you partial quotients, which is another way to divide. This is a reminder of the different strategies that we were taught. So partial quotients, let's say I have 1,298 divided by, let's do 9. Now I'm going to write a few multiples of 9. So obviously 9 times 1 is equal to 9. 9 times 2 is equal to 18. 9 times 3 is equal to 27. Let's do 5. 9 times 5 is 45. 9 times 10 is 90. 9 times 11 is 99. All right, so those are some multiples. I don't need to write them all. I write a few. Now, this is 1,298. If Miss Angelo were to take this and do 90 times 11, or 9 times 110, which is add a 0 here, add a 0 here, that pulls out a big chunk of 9s. So let me subtract 990, which means I used my 9 110 times. See, add a 0 here, add a 0 here, that's 990. So that's pulling out a big chunk. 8 minus 0 is 8. 9 minus 9 is 0, and 12 minus 9 is 3. So now I have 308. Well, I have 9 times 3 is 27. If I add a 0 here, add a 0 here, that's 270.
Please call me Zamora at 244.
All right, so if I subtract 270, that means I use my 9 30 times. 8 minus 0 is 8. I have to regroup here. 10 minus 7 is 3. Now it's 38. I could do 9 times 3, so that's 27. That's using it 3 times. Subtract that. That's 1 and 1. And now I need to subtract out another 9. That leaves me with 2 left over, and I used it once. So my remainder is 2. Remainder is 2. And then I just add these numbers all together. This is how many times I use that 9. Here I used it 110. Plus 30, that's 140. Plus 3, 143. Plus 1, 144. So my quotient is 144, remainder 2. This is a reminder of the different division strategies. This is part of the economics lesson, and my next video that I'm going to post is going to be about the economics lesson, so you can, the kids can figure that out. Hope you like the video. Hope it helps. Go on and hit subscribe for me. Leave me a message. Let me know. If you have any questions, put them down in the box, in the comment box, and I'm willing to answer any questions that anybody needs. Thanks, everybody. Have a good day.